Alright guys, we're using sand today. I played quite a few games. It's not looking good for it, but I had to adjust it around. But we're going to be using sand, and I think it has some potential if done properly, right? What doesn't that apply to? But I wanted to try every weather, and I've noticed nobody's fucking with sand. So yeah, let's see what's in store for us. Let me actually play this game properly. To give this guy an actual showing. I mean, give you guys an actual entertaining match. So I'll overwhelm him with Dragapult in this game. Phase 1 is going to involve likely burning his Corviknight with Houndstone. Getting up Stealth Rocks with Tyranitar, because it has a controller, is only Corviknight. And so to counter for a Tyranitar, you'd have to cover for it with a Roaring Moon. I can't risk it being Choice Scarfed. So Gliscor is the best mid-ground. It covers for both Roaring Moon and for... I don't know why he Typhlosioned. Maybe he thought that I was going to just... fuck it all, I'm gonna just go and stand. So the Corviknight's coming in, unfortunately. It is what it is. I'll Toxic on the odd chance he doesn't go to it. So we're gonna data fish here to see what kind of Corviknight this is. But before that, we're gonna position ourselves with Dragapult for success. 'Cause, you know, I'd assume that U-turn is coming out here, and so Defog's expecting. Okay. Wonder Rush. Wonderful. So no drawback Shadow Ball here. Perhaps a Roost to scout out the move. U-turn was a bad play. Very bad play there. Very bad play there. Obviously I have the Wheezing. Score doesn't fear knock. But U-turn is to be expected. The issue is that your boy has Taunt on this score. So Torkoal is a good play because you go Torkoal. You go back to Corviknight. You go back to, I just realized I didn't. You go back to Corviknight. It actually just lets me Toxic him. Especially when he's prioritizing Defog and his team gets far more hurt by Sun than I do. So even if let's say I went to Tyranitar there, because now I get to just Toxic spam. I actually don't even need a Toxic spam. I can go hard to T-Tar here. Unless he Walking Wakes. I mean, unless he Roaring Moons. There's very little drawback to this. Walking Wake, why would you? Obviously I'm gonna Toxic. Then Walking Wake would lose half his health. I get to Protect, and then I get to Ogre Palm spam. Okay. I mean, more power to the man. Don't agree with it, but as I said, more power to him. And so Wheezing is useful. I don't get, okay, so maybe bro is just figuring it out. Like, there's so many drawbacks to a lot of the moves he's making in a long-term lens, right? And so I have the weather control again, so the Walking Wake is neutered significantly. Actually, I don't know how much Wheezing takes. I'm a Spadef Wheezing. So Draco's, I figured as much. And this is the position we wanted. One, we get to defog here, but the Corviknight's going to, yep, and so that's going to open up my Dragapult. Now that that's burnt, and so now I get to reposition into score, and things get gnarly from here now that this is burnt. Nothing on his team has Heal Bell. So this is what I'm saying, like, unless the Wake is not choice specs, I just taunt you here, Corviknight comes in, that's perfectly fine, but now I've burnt the Corviknight, where a lot of this could have been avoided, you know? It's earlier in the morning when I'm recording this, so I'm not in my most clear headspace, which is why I said in the beginning of the battle, I need to stop and actually think this through. Because I was really in that, let me just click some shit, but I'm actually using sand, and that's an interesting playstyle and all these things. So I'd prefer to, let me think, Pulse matchup. Tyranitar's bit of chip. Actually, yeah, it's fine. My Houndstone is gonna be a big deal. The U-turn damage is, it matters, but it's super negligible, you know. Especially because, yeah, and this is where things get fun. Gone. So no more hazard control for you, young man. As he's gonna walking wake and take a KO. This must be specs, but even then, let me think. Who don't I care for any longer? Unfortunately, no. Houndstone is legit. Houndstone is legit. If I was a bulky tar, I don't think Eruption would kill me. Now, actually, Eruption is killing me at fucking 74. I don't get this. This gets Focus Blast, I'd assume, but is this Scarf Eruption, Specs Eruption? I guess we'll just go the route we expected, which is go spam KOs. I'll give up the wheezing here. T-Tar invalidates his entire team, because now I go back to Tar and it's like pick one, you know. Your team is quite tough. More of my, it's fucking annoying as shit that I missed the edge there. So I took 2 eruptions, but it's Stone Edge. What are you gonna do? Yeah, it's quite the annoying team for sure. So I lose a Mon. Houndstone, why won't you do stuff? The score after Walking Wake dies. This Houndstone is a kill for sure. I don't even know if Ogerpon gets one shot. Ogerpon is obviously devastating as well. The Houndstone to actually do something. I'm gonna, maybe I shouldn't have done it this way. You missed the Draco, which sucks, because now I get to Terra Water. I'm not tearing anything else. That's a sucky miss, but that's, I guess, for the Stone Edge miss. We're gonna Horn Leech here. Roaring Moon comes in, which is fine, because now I get to punish the Walking Wake. Yeah, it's better to score. The score matchup is phenomenal, and it's Torkoal is toxic. So outrages, and that does nothing. So I get rid of the Walking Wake. I mean, get rid of this, which means Dragapult just wins. So there's no incentive for me to upgrade. Man, when's the last time y'all saw Sandstorm do shit? Like that is super funny to me. Sandstorm never does anything. I'm curious how much Ogerpon takes. The spit up boost. I'll probably still get to a KO 51, yeah. I no longer need this, but I'm faster than him. I just forgot that. Faster. So Torkoal comes in. We just cudgel here. There's no reason not to. Terra Grass, what, lit. But now the Torkoal's finished. And then I just sack to Sand and then Dragapult spam, so. Houndstone might actually get some KOs here. We just Horn Leech here. Screen Tails may come in and we want as much damage on this as possible. Stall out the sun. We just Horn Leech spam until the sun wears off. Because this thing learns Encore and it has a speed boost, so we don't want any smoke with that. But it can't do damage, right? So it's always just a Horn Leech spam. Because Wake probably gets dropped. What's Horn Leech's power? 75. It's weak as hell. But it's doing good damage though. It's doing good damage, yeah. So now that he sacked that, Wake having the speed boost is insignificant. Actually, I'll try to get the KO. I can't get the KO. I'll just Horn Leech. I was gonna say I could get one KO with the, which is him sacking the fucking Torkoal to Houndstone, but GG, bro. This wasn't the greatest matchup for him here. As you can see, I lost a lot of points trying this fucking Sand team to get it right. But I think it's in a good place. It's still actually very offensive. It's not a very defensive team. As you notice, offensive tar, offensive Houndstone. So I don't really have any switch-ins for things. All my switch-ins, even scores, you know, it could make a case for it being a wall, but even scores, you know, so I have to be careful. This is really like a bulky offense team. Bulky offense, Sand. But I'm really trying to get the Houndstone to do some things. Cutie Fly, Strange Steam things. I could T-Tar lead and remove Cutie Fly right off jump. No, I'm not a YouTuber. People trip me up with that. How are you going within 3 seconds of and the only way you can know this alt is if you watch my channel. Within 3 seconds of the battle, you're like, aren't you a YouTuber? That's funny. Score is a menace, especially Terran. It's an absolute menace. Doesn't guard well against water, doesn't force score out easily. So if he mindlessly Cutie Flies, rocks are actually more important to me than, because I could one-shot him and not take any damage, but I get rid of his Glamora's. I don't have a steel type, so the Glamora actually could go for the I do have defog as well, and I have neutralizing gas, so Gold Angle can't stop defog. I don't know if you knew that. Technology, right? So it does Moonblast. I think. Okay, that's okay. That is okay, my friends. So now he's comfortable bringing in his Glamora without fear, because he's like, well, Legend, just got rid of your so he's gonna Mortal Spin if he had. Bro didn't Mortal Spin, so you're gonna have to make a decision here. Do you Mortal Spin to get rid of the hazards, or do you hazard up? Okay, excellent. As I said, I do have a defog Wheezing that is going to be activated anytime, and Gliscor is a horrible matchup for him here on henceforth, but very hazard focused team. And so at this point in the battle is where it's important to look at what he has remaining and say, okay, what do I need to do to ensure success? There's a couple of things we can do. I do have Disable, I have Wisp, I have the Gambit Wants to Terror, I have Taunt, I have Disable, which, you know, helps with the Sucker Punch. I'd assume this thing has Taunt, because it's like, well, what's all this about? The thing about Wheezing is that it doesn't defog versus much, and so I'm forced to Galarian Wheezing here. He actually Ceaseless Edges, so I'd again assume he has Taunt. If he doesn't have Taunt, his heart's gonna sink. But this being gone, the T-Spikes, yeah, bro's heart's gonna sink here. Man, can you see that? It's like the Mario when it's hitting the coins. I was like, gone. All that work, gone. So game's far from over. Obviously, we're still in this, right? We're still. I just want my Houndstone to do things. Ogre Pond could beat the opponent from here, but if I give up my Sand, then the Houndstone can't do things. The Wheezing is useful. This could be a misplay. Pending. Shadow Balls. Obviously, Terra, I wouldn't Terra anything else. Terraing here would allow for a KO. If I get the spit up boost, he should. Okay. The position that put me in, if I cannot, it's okay. All right. Okay, Mons, I see you. I see you. I see you. Just making things interesting for the audience. I respect it. The reason that's big is because I don't want his gambit. I can't come in safely versus the gambit, depending on what the gambit set is, right? So it changes a lot of the game dynamic. Changes a lot of the game dynamic, but you know, you just gotta deal with it, you know. He's not scarfed. Yeah, it just changes a lot of the game dynamic. Great. I may be faster. I mean, no, there's no way. Actually, rocks is better. Okay, I do survive. Blessed. So that's actually a big survival there. T-Tar's king. Keep shadowballing. He couldn't be. I mean, my ogre pawn was faster, right? Yeah, my ogre pawn hit him before shadowball, so he's not. So this is the position I wanted. Poltergeist can miss. I just forgot about it. Okay, I forgot Poltergeist can miss. I don't know how much body press does to Samurott, because he may assume I want him to assume that I'm choice banded for two core reasons. I have the Will-O-Wisp on the stone, right? And so maybe I should put Play Rough on. I don't know. Play Rough would have for sure knocked out the Samurott. Now I don't know how much it does with like no defense investment. So maybe body press is a waste of time. Though I could Weezing on his Ceaseless Edge. I'll show you why I did that in a sec. Oh, SD'd. I did not expect SD. So SD, he'd Ceaseless Edge here. Because the Disable and Will-O-Wisp combo on my, right. Because I need to make sure that the Moth isn't getting a bunch of boosts. Say Aqua Cutters. And I don't have the time to Aqua Cutter, Ceaseless Edge. He might have Sucker Punch. That's annoying. He happened to miss, but that one doesn't matter that much. That's not the one that matters because he gets to get the speed boost with the Moth, right? And if he gets the luck he needs, it puts me in a really bad spot, which I've been trying to avoid. That's why I like subtle little stuff like them crits. My T-Tar should not be that low. My Ogre Pawn should be alive. I probably should have put Play Rough on the fucking for dark types and shit. So if he gets a special attack raise, I'm finished. Yeah. Not necessarily. Not necessarily. He has booster. He gets. Yeah, I might be finished if yeah. So I've teched. Because the problem is that now the Gambit's in the back. Again, it is what it is. But I want to break that down from a standpoint of just subtle little things throughout a battle are night and day. I got two massive crits. Two huge fucking crits. But I could have ran the calc on body press. So maybe body press would have killed the Samurott. Houndstone. The game is over. It's not a SPDF score. Did he already Terra? He never Terra, no. He probably Terra fairies this and all that such and shit and such. I'll protect first to see if he Terra. If he didn't get the special attack boost, there was a shot, but yeah, Terra fairies. If he didn't get another special attack boost there was hope. But I don't know why he's fire dancing. He should dazzling gleam. Okay, I can do it for this turn. Yeah, please survive. Oh, so I was like, if he didn't get the second boost, there was hope. It's not over. It's not over for sure. I'll have to play like a fucking champion, but it's a 50% special attack boost chance. So, you know, what do you expect? The fire dance did 68, so at +2 definitely is gonna knock me out. Again, don't know why he's fire dancing. I could have, if I double protected there, I had a shot. Say that dazzling gleam. So Glide score is showing his motherfucking worth right now, because the gambit it's fallen 5, but I'm heavily defensive, and so here I've shown time. I haven't shown time actually. He kowtows. I didn't expect him to kowtow. So it's gonna be interesting endgame wise. Oh, it's not even a 2 KO. Yeah, it's actually not interesting endgame wise at all. I gotta crit him here. Probably should sucker though to avoid the crit. Yeah. So we tried our best. Let me run the calc on that. But I mean, obviously Sand isn't the best playstyle, but we didn't lose that game because of the playstyle. We lost that because, bro, had the motherfucking, what's that item that motherfuckers had the scope lens on all things? Okay, yeah, body press to Samurott. Watch it like do 5 million, and I could have won the game. Sure did. It was enough. Yeah, that's no defense. Yeah, so that actually would have KO'd the Samurai. I would have won the game from there. So yeah, so that's good to know. It actually makes me feel better. I mean, I didn't feel anyway to begin with, but meaning in the sense that I could have avoided that. I lost in the low 1700s. I lost probably 100 points with this team. And actually enjoy it. I'm gonna revisit. Actually, maybe do like an actual team builder with a legitimate attempt at a Sand team. Because I think there's something to be said for this. Bro is like glide score fodder. Let's play this properly. So phase one Polt, because obvious Ice Spinner. Because I'm looking at his team, I'm like, it's either Ogre Pawn or Great Tusk. I've already structured out the game plan in my head, so risk versus rewards have all been calculated. This is a less significant game. Not no disrespect to the opponent, not in that way, but you know, it's just looking at the structure of his team. You're like, okay, well, this could be annoying, right? Like, what is Ivy Cudgel and things and such. Wheezing is useful. Because really what I want to do is go hard tar here. I'm gonna go hard T-tar. I don't need Ivy Cudgel this turn. Yeah. He went for fucking knockoff. That sucks. I didn't expect him to attack what was in front of him because obviously I wasn't gonna stay in there. So I get the Houndstone might actually get to it. Man. I was trying to structure that last game for Houndstone to actually do something. and it didn't happen. Unstone didn't. He was like a max. See if we can force the Terra at the very least. Okay. Wonderful. Oh man, this is such a funny game. This is such a funny game. The whole point of the fucking sand. Invalidated. Invalidation. Maybe Vol switch. I didn't think he would. Got T-Tar, because I have like minus split up, so T-Tar is doing no work. Or he's just wheezing. He's already Terrage, so the deal has been sealed. All I need is some strange steam. That's not. I always hated the name of that move, strange steam. Doing some strange steam things. Here comes likely the Moth of Iron. But looking back, actually, Iron Moth probably outspeeds Houndstone after the booster anyway. But Houndstone wouldn't have taken any damage had I attacked into the Samrat. But again, that's my own fault for not knowing the calcs, right? Could have known the calcs, Jay. Could have known the calcs. And this is facts. This is a factoid. Let's speed this up. Okay, now the score is in. The score is now. Yep. And this is where hearts sink, children cry, people leave the game, quit the game, quit Mons. This is where it all happens. In moments like these. He's double hurricaning. Oh, he bolted. I was like, he rose for the double hurricane. T-Tar is useless. Not useless, but it's not necessary. What I'm trying to do is position myself in a way where the Moth, it is leftoverish. So I'll do is hard score because it covers for any double. Covers for any double plus what the fuck is Zamazenta gonna do? Right. Excellent, excellent. Watch, here comes the Ice Punch. Heck, I don't get why Weezing would be. It must have Ice Punch. So we taunt here. Fucker crits and yo, what the fuck is in the air, bro? Like this shit is getting out of fucking control, man. It's starting to piss me the fuck off. So we want to get our health back. God damn, boy. Look at Sand doing work. Now he's gonna go to that pesky ass Iron Moth. But if he loses the booster, then it's good. Because then Ogerpon always, oh, that's not true. Dragapult does, but you know, Dragapult does Draco. If he doubled to Dragonite, I'd assume the D-Knight has EQ. I do have Terra Bug Weezing, I can Wisp. But, yeah, so here comes the Moth. I could Terra Water this now. I mean, he'd have to go for Fiery Dance this turn in hopes of knocking me out. I don't think it does, because you have to lower your special attack so much to beat booster. But let's say it does knock me out, then I would do what? If he has Sludge Wave, my Ogerpon would die. I could just Protect. What is he gonna do? Yeah, I forgot I had Protect. So I would have lived anyway. I'm not even max Spadef. That just shows the power right there. Just shows the power. Yeah, we toxic straight up here. We don't want any Dragon Dance shenanigans. Bro went for the E-Speed and still didn't kill. Man, I would leave the game. I'd leave the game after that. Leave the game. But yeah, now we Weezing. Extreme Speed is doing no damage. And this is where his heart sinks. Nah, I'm not tearing Weezing. There's literally no reason to. If he can touch Weezing, he's gonna EQ and then heart sinks. Yeah. This is where your heart sinks. Score is just disgusting. But as I said, I scanned this game in the beginning and I was like, it's nigh impossible. Like bro would need like miracles upon miracles upon miracles upon miracles upon miracles. And I ain't no miracle worker, that's all I'm saying. But yeah, it was just, I'll fish for the double protect, because why not, right? If I get it. Actually EQ'd there, which is funny. Probably expected my pull. Which there's a case for, but since Weezing can stop Zamazenta completely, unless it's not sub Zenta, I think he's gonna cuss me out. Don't cuss me. Gonna cuss me out. Sub, yeah. Strange Team can miss. So while I'm doing Strange Team things, yeah, Pole just wins now. I mean, Pole won anyway. Body Press is literally missing, but I'd have to miss quite a few Strange Teams. But yeah, I'm gonna grab another. I enjoyed this team. We're grabbing. I might come back with another version of this sand team. I do need to adjust it in a more somehow to get Houndstone to do more work. Run some calcs and all that. But yeah, hopefully y'all enjoyed today's live. Hit the like button if you did, and I'll see you in the next.